The stretcher is covered by a blue blanket from top to bottom, covering the whole figure that they carry on it. That's not a blue blanket. What the fuck? What? Well, first you kill him, and then you can't even describe what kind of blanket you draped over his damn face and his body. Jesus. But Ren, Zoe, and I would recognize the clothes peeking out from under the blanket anywhere. Oh my god! You're still dragging him even in death! Holy shit! Ren, Zoe, and I would always recognize those ugly clothes we always told him to change that always looked awful. No one else could have worn those clothes. Like, he's dead! Stop! Just stop. Hi guys, I just want to take a second to thank all my patrons here who have donated to me. No matter how much they've donated to me, it really means a lot to me. And if you guys want, you can check out my Patreon and help support me continue to make yaoi videos. Thanks guys. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Chasing the Stars. In the last episode, we decided that we were totally done with BL because he's being a bitch, and he's sleeping around with Mark, that gross professor, and he won't even give us the time of day. So we're going with Pole. There's nobody else. We have 3 men to choose from, and 2 of them are fucking each other behind our back, so we just have to go with Pole. Terse, yay! You came to have lunch with us at least! Haha, yes. I was hungry and thought, why not? Why do you have to laugh like that? You sound so pompous. You sound so pompous and arrogant whenever you laugh like that for no reason. And where's Lila? I thought you two were attached at the hip while at uni. He chuckles and shakes his head, and we approach the counter to buy our food. She had something to do, but she told me to come in a while. So thanks to you, I won't be eating by myself. No problem. We order our meal and pay for it and take our trays to our favorite table. We dig in as soon as we are comfortably sat and eat in silence for some minutes, and for some reason, Pole just gets really close to my face, all of a sudden. Terse! An unplanned sigh escapes through my lips, but I manage to smile at him. Yes, what is it? Why are we sighing at him like he's an annoyance? That's my cue. You look worried and nervous. Has something happened? I hesitate for a moment with my eyes focused on my half-empty plate. No, of course not. Everything's fine. You know, everything's fine. It's just that, you know, I haven't gotten my rocks off in a couple months now. I'm just tired, that's all. Terse, don't lie to me. I know you too well not to notice when you're lying through your teeth. What is it that you don't want to tell me? I sigh again, annoyed. A quick look around tells me there's no one close enough to hear us. What are we gonna tell him that needs to be so private? I'm not sure what's going on, but I keep finding mistakes in our calculations. I fix them, but next day, I find new errors that should have already been fixed or solved in the previous steps. You mean the same errors? Similar ones. We send our progress to Mark every evening. He checks it out, but the next day there are mistakes in the code. Perhaps you're in the wrong, and he's just fixing the code to the way it should be. I shake my head. I've been thinking about this for days. No, I'm sure. Really sure? I mean 100% sure? 200% sure. Then, I don't know. Nice advice. Wait, that's not fair. Okay, let's look at this together. What are the options? I rub my temples trying to keep my upcoming headache at bay. I don't know. Mark is adding errors to the code? Why though? Option A. He thinks he's right. No, I can't believe that. Why not? He's your hero. I know, but he's human after all. Humans make mistakes. Perhaps he's tired, stressed, not sleeping well. I don't know. Perhaps he's ill? Early Alzheimer's? Oh, don't joke about that. Maybe he does, though. Not joking. What's option B? He's adding those errors on purpose. Why would he? I lean back on my chair, deeply upset. Because that's the question that's been plaguing my mind the most and made me lose sleep last night. I have no idea. Then, ask him. I don't want to. Look, I can't go into his office and tell him to his face that I think he's making mistakes on purpose. Don't tell him so bluntly. Tell him you think perhaps he's too tired or has been having health problems lately. I pushed my tray a bit too hard with anger, making it almost fall to the floor. There must be another option. Paul shrugs and starts tidying his things. I can't think of any other, but you can always wait to see if things get better. I nod, uneasy. I put all the garbage on my tray and follow him to the bin. We empty our trays, place them on top of the shelf of the bin, and go back to the table to grab our stuff. I think I've made up my mind. I'll wait and see what happens. I'll ask Mark directly. See, I don't have any idea what is the option that's going to get me with Mark, because I don't want it to happen. Like, I'll wait and see what happens. I think, probably, right? A week more goes by, and Professor Marks keeps making all those shitty mistakes. Oh, Quim. Terse, it was this weekend, right? The concert you told me about. Oh, Nil's concert. I'd like to say I'd forgotten about it, but that's not true, of course. Although I had other things on my mind lately, more important things. Oh my god. I feel like this is still like just attacking Quim. Like, I didn't even think about Quim and all of his petty problems. Like, he's not even on my radar at all. Yes, are you guys coming then? Zoe nods shyly from her desk. Of course, we wouldn't miss it for the world. Especially since you said you can get us discount tickets. Hey, when did I say that? You did. I mean, no, that's not Zoe's voice. You did. You did that night we went to Night Spy, remember? I don't even remember how I managed to get home that night, so of course I can't remember bragging to them about getting discount tickets for Nil's gig. I sigh, annoyed. Alright. I can't promise, okay? But I'll see what I can do. Damn it. It means calling Nil and asking him directly. I could live without that. Just fucking tell him to saw it off. Awesome. Thanks, Terse. Yes, thank you. Quim pats my back hard. I'd rather have a thank you from him, too. Quim just can never do anything right. Oh my god, it just never ends. This is really weird and uncomfortable. As they quickly focus again on their work and silence spreads through the lab, I go back to my computer and hesitate before opening yesterday's calculations checked by Mark. The errors have been appearing consistently now and then. They're always something tiny, but there they are. Maybe I should speak to him about this after all. Discreetly, of course. But if this issue's not solved, the project won't advance at all. It's my career that's on stake here. It's a bit late and Mark has already left for the day, but tomorrow I'll come early and talk to him. I keep working until everyone starts packing to leave. We all leave together and chat for a while in the street. The more I know my team, the more I like them. They're good guys, all of them. We part ways at last. Well, I don't think you feel that way about Quim, considering all the things you said about him, but okay. And I go directly back home, determined to speak with Mark tomorrow and see how we can fix this problem. The next day, though, I'm not allowed to even enter the university building. What does that mean? There's police cars everywhere and the whole building is taped off. Oh shit. Oh no, it's a crime scene because it was found out Mark was sleeping with all his students. I spot Ren and Zoe among the shocked crowd. Thank God Quim's not here, right?
Have you heard anything?
I get closer to them. Zoe is frowning and looks at the floor at hearing my question.
You haven't heard the news?
No, I was running late for class. What have they said?
It was a bomb. Last night, barely an hour after we left.
Can you imagine? What if we had stayed until later?
Oh my god, it was Quim. Quim bombed. Quim bombed the building because he was so tired of being alone and worthless.
Yes, you sometimes stay longer, right? We could have been there when the bomb exploded.
Zoe grabs Ren's arm, visibly scared. I'm too shocked to react.
But where exactly?
In our lab. Tears. Everything is gone.
Shit.
No.
Computers, samples, even the biolab with the terrariums and stuff. Everything exploded.
No, that's impossible. Where's Mark?
I've heard he will be moved to another lab. Probably in another country.
He tries to soothe Zoe, squeezing her shoulder, clearly uncomfortable with the proximity.
But he teaches here. He can't leave.
Does that just say that Zoe's uncomfortable with how close he is to her? Okay. That's a really weird
But he teaches here.
comment. Ren shrugs, deflated.
They obviously think the Alia project is more important than classes. He already had an assistant after all, so we can finish the year in his place.
I shake my head in disbelief. This can't be happening. Not now.
And who would do something like this?
Ren pulls a face.
That's what I'd like to know myself.
An ambulance siren muffles his words, and the three of us turn to look at it.
Oh no! That means there's someone injured!
They have been searching under the debris for some hours, but so far it seems that part of the building was empty.
Guys, 9 out of 10, like, it's Quim in there, who's dead. Like, I swear to God. But now, according to the sirens and the rush of medical staff coming and going, they seem to have found someone. Soon a stretcher is trying to go across the crowd and towards the ambulance, so everyone moves away to let it pass. A gasp reaches my ears, and I don't need to turn to know it's Zoe, the one who made it. Wait, is that English? A gasp reaches my ears, and I don't need to turn to know it's Zoe, the one who made it? That doesn't sound right, but okay. I'm too shocked by the realization myself. Oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, guys. This is crazy. It just, you shit on Quim since day one and now you kill him? What the fuck? Like, I don't know what these developers were doing and why they were shitting on Quim so much. Like, I don't know. God. So I just stay frozen while Zoe starts running to the stretcher, crying out Quim's name. The stretcher is covered by a blue blanket from top to bottom, covering the whole figure that they carry on it? That's not a blue blanket. What the fuck? What? Well, first you kill him, and then you can't even describe what kind of blanket you draped over his damn face and his body. Jesus. But Ren, Zoe, and I would recognize the clothes peeking out from under the blanket anywhere. Oh my god! You're still dragging him even in death! Holy shit! Ren, Zoe, and I would always recognize those ugly clothes we always told him to change that always looked awful. No one else could have worn those clothes. Like, he's dead! Stop! Just stop. How many times have we joked about Quim's grandpa outfits? Even that night when he was surprisingly allowed entrance to the night spot. Can you still have to refer to what is going on? Quim's dead now, but I still remember how the bouncer apparently just barely let him into the night spot, even though none of us think he should have got in. Like, what are you talking about right now? All those little moments cross my mind while Zoe howls, clutching Quim's dead hand in hers, and Ren rushes to her side and tries to move her away from there. We try to reenact what happened in the next days after talking with Quim's mother in the funeral. What, are we playing investigator with Quim's mom? Like, what? Okay. It seems he simply forgot his laptop in the lab and noticed only when he had arrived home. He insisted on going back to the lab to fetch it. I feel bad because I knew he was trying to write a love letter for Zoe. It was my idea to get him to finally confess his feelings. So perhaps he went back to the lab because he wanted to finish the letter before that weekend, so he could give it to Zoe at the concert. Damn it, if only I hadn't given him false hope and told him he should have written that letter. It's not like Zoe would have ever returned his feelings anyway. Well, I guess it's better that she will never read it now, because she feels devastated enough without being aware of how Quim felt about her. No need to add fuel to the fire. No need to posthumously place him in the friend zone. On another hand, the surprising news came when the police arrested their main suspect the day following the explosion. Who? BL Ferry. Oh my god! BL? Why? 25 years old, PhD student, graduated with honors. It seems he had a grudge against Dr. Russell, some kind of lover's quarrel. Exactly. That's exactly why we didn't go with BL, guys. He's fucking Dr. Russell, and he's also a fucking terrorist. As Ren had put it, that ended with BL's reputation damaged and his banned from traveling to Alaya. I can't say I believe a word. BL, a terrorist? I didn't get to know him much, but I don't think he'd do something as extreme as placing explosives in the same labs he's working in. I saw how he looked at his terraniums. He would never destroy them. And about Mark, I don't know what to think. He's been relocated to another university abroad, as Ren said. He's going to start another team and keep working on Alaya's main dome there, so our whole project has vanished. I feel depressed and desperate. I can't understand what happened, and I'm finding it hard to cope with Quim's death, BL's arrest, and Mark's desertion. So that means there's just Pol! Will Pol comfort us and sex us? And beyond that, my life's project, my life's opportunity crashed and been broken to 1,000 pieces. It sounds like I'm gonna get a bad ending. Oh my god. You have reached end 3. Quim finds an unfortunate ending. What? Come on! What? Who cares? How could I have stopped that explosion? The end? Shit! Okay, fine. Well, can I skip this? I can't skip this. Guess I just... Okay, I'll bring you back at that choice where it was like, go to ask Mark about that shit or ignore it. I guess I'll ask him about this shit. God damn it. Okay, guys, I guess we'll have to ask him directly, even though I don't want to. I knock on the door, feeling oddly uneasy. Will we die this time? If we die this time, I don't even know what to do. I'll just have to load await previous save. I'll probably look at a guide, honestly, because these choices are so vague, and they just don't really inform you what they're gonna do.
Come in. Oh, Tears. I thought you had already left. And how's the most hardworking member of the team?
I study my feet for a long minute.
The thing is, I've been finding some errors in the calculations lately.
Oh, really? Whose calculations?
I lock eyes with him.
Mine, but the ones I already finished and passed to you. They came back with errors.
Mark taps a finger against his chin, seemingly in thought.
That's too bad. So, you're saying I haven't noticed some mistakes, right?
That's not exactly what I've said, but I don't want to argue with him, so I keep my mouth shut and let him elaborate. He sighs loudly and lets himself drop in his armchair.
Yes. The stress and the nerves of the project are taking their toll on me, and I've become absent-minded. I would be very glad if you didn't comment on this out of this office. I don't want the other students to be aware that I'm getting old.
Oh, I'm pretty sure everyone's already aware of that, Grandpa. That's obviously half a joke, and I chuckle with him. But at the same time, my mind is racing. He's been oblivious because of the pressure? Bullocks! What? How do you know that? One doesn't get to be one of the best environmental engineers in the world by letting nerves get the best of them. I don't know what's going on with Mark, but I'm not buying a single word. Play along? Tell him what I think. Okay, I guess let's be direct.
This is all you have to say?
He arches an eyebrow, but his smile stays in place.
What do you mean?
Look, this is difficult for me to say, but I don't believe those errors were accidental.
Oh, really? Then what?
This is some kind of test, I'm sure now. What I haven't got the foggiest idea of is if I'm choosing the right option or not. Yeah, I don't have any idea if I'm choosing the right option.
You have been adding those errors on purpose.
He doesn't seem angry.
And why would I do that?
I shake my head, showing him that I don't have an answer for that.
Sit down, Tears.
He goes around his desk and sits in front of his computer, so I obey him and sit down on the other armchair at the opposite side of the desk. A ping signals some data being transferred from his memory bracelet to the computer, and he starts to type before turning the screen towards me.
Look closely, Tears. This data hasn't been disclosed yet, and I doubt it will. Not in the near future.
I run my eyes through the reports he's showing me, but they don't make any sense. I glance up to his face, questioning him with my eyes.
Yes. It's exactly what you think. Alea is not uninhabited.
Oh my god, plot twist!
How is it that they haven't told me one yet? This is a bombshell!
Why do they blush? Why do these characters seem to blush at the oddest moments?
We've known it since a year ago.
Then why keep it a secret? I'm sorry, but I don't get it.
I read the new information quickly, opening report after report. They all talk about an unknown alien race native of Alaya, and about the tests they run on the specimens. The results of the test are conclusive evidence that we're facing an intelligent race, however different from what our standard definition of intelligent might be.
This Alayan native race is settled precisely on the location of the future city.
So we just gotta clean them up? Let's do it.
The Conclave, fruit of the knowledge, goodwill, and above all, joint budget of all the world power, has been working on the terraforming for 5 years now, since Alea was discovered.
Let's just avatar them, come on.
Do you know how many billions of dollars we have already spent on the project?
I gulp, uneasy.
I can imagine a lot.
So we just had to genocide some aliens to make our investors happy, right? What's the big deal? Mark nods.
So when we came across these creatures, the Conclave held a meeting and we voted.
I could already guess the outcome, or I wouldn't be sitting here in Dr. Russell's office as a research team member.
I voted in favor of stopping the project and move our plans to another part of the planet. But I was one of the very few who voted for that option. After all, finding another suitable area won't exactly be an easy task. And our whole project is based on that area and adapted to its features. So it wouldn't only delay the terraforming for perhaps a whole decade, but it would also mean throwing millions of dollars out the window. Despite that, however...
He gets up and walks to the window, showing his back to me.
What I'm gonna tell you, it's still more top secret than those reports, Tears. Can I trust you?
Yes, of course.
Is he gonna show us his dick now? That's even more top secret. He turns to look at me with a sly smile on his face.
The ones who voted against the current state of the project didn't yield so easily. We have a parallel project, you could say. We are working on finding a way to protect the native Alayans from the terraforming.
Really?
Yes, we are currently studying 2 possibilities. Either finding another suitable place for a city that could use most of the infrastructures we've been developing so far, or finding a way to coexist with the Alayans in the same space.
I run my eyes through the screen again. There's little information about the features of these creatures. Some diagrams show them with the general appearance of a vegetal organism mixed with a caterpillar. No wonder the scientists thought at first that it was plant life and wanted to simply move it out of the terraforming area or add it to our future ecosystem. It must have come as a shock when those plant-like creatures turned out to be intelligent.
And how is it going so far?
Infuriatingly slow. So this is where Plan B started.
I raise my eyes from the screen, surprised.
Plan B?
Yes, we're trying to slow down the terraforming project, so we can win time to find an alternative solution.
Hence the errors in the calculations.
Mark nods with a smile.
Exactly. Except that we are due more than just that.
Oh?
We have a group of brave volunteers who help to delay the project even more. I can't add errors in every single office that works in terraforming, you know.
So, what do you do?
He shrugs.
Whatever we need to stop the progress from being too fast. Sometimes our actions don't fall under the law. but we don't take it very far either.
Yeah, you don't take it very far. You just set off a bomb and kill Quim.
It's not that bad if some data goes missing, or if an equipment suffers a sudden failure.
I chuckle. Is Mark playing industrial espionage? He turns suddenly serious again and looks me in the eye.
You know everything now. Of course, you won't find any evidence of what I've explained to you. Any part of it.
Why did you even tell us this?
So in case you decide to spill the beans, I will deny everything, and nobody is going to believe a single word from you.
Oh no, does that mean he let me onto the team because he actually believed I would slow down progress on the project? I frown.
What I offer you now is the chance of making history. Will you help us fix the humankind role in reaching the stars? In terraforming our first planet without forcing another race to become extinct. Because that's what will happen if we don't solve it, Tears.
What, is the whole fucking alien race on that planet just exists solely in that one position of the planet where we're building our little fucking sphere? Like, I don't understand.
We are the only surviving chance for the Alliance. What I'm asking you is not exactly legal or moral, and will sometimes be dangerous, but it's for the greater good. Do you agree?
Do you agree to take this bomb and suicide yourself and kill Quim and destroy the whole lab? Okay, Professor Rossell, I mean, I'll do it. I'm trying to process the whole issue. This is too much information at the same time. But there's only one answer I can give him, right? It's Dr. Mark Rossell who's asking me after all. Who cares? Jesus, you need to stop sucking his dick.
You can count on me, of course.
Have you really thought about it carefully? You don't need to rush your decision.
I'm decided. After what you've told me, there's no other option, right? I'll do everything within my power to help.
That's great. We need someone of your talent, Tears. And this will only be a delay. I promise. Alea is waiting for you and me. You can do great things, Tears. I have big expectations for you.
I feel truly proud of myself. For once, I'm sure I've taken the right option. Have I? God, I hope so. Having Mark's respect and trust is just a plus, and really satisfying.
Then you'll tell me what you need from me.
Yes. I'll put you in contact with our other team. They will be happy to have you on board. I've talked to them about you often.
Really?
That's unexpected.
However, please keep in mind our task is a serious one. You need to be extremely discreet and keep a low profile in the university.
I nod, slightly uneasy.
And, of course, make sure none of the other research members suspect anything about this.
He sighs and rubs his brow.
I don't want to put them in trouble. So far, you're the only one who has noticed the errors. Not that I expected that they'd notice anyway.
So, am I that special?
Oh god, why are you stroking Terce's ego?
Of course, you're my right hand. Haven't I treated you as a valuable member of the team so far?
Does that mean you don't offer to suck off every member of your team? Wow, I do feel special.
I'm glad you have accepted to help us, Tears. Because I'm not sure we would be able to do it without you.
That piques my interest.
What kind of people are the other members of that team?
He huffs and tries to suppress a chuckle.
They are varied. You will see when you meet them. Well, it's late, and I bet you're tired. Especially after this conversation.
What if somehow Nil ends up being on the other team? Oh lord.
Yes. I should better go home now.
He nods with his usual polite smile.
Rest well, Tears. We'll keep talking tomorrow.
That night, I have trouble getting to sleep. My conversation with Marx keeps plaguing my thoughts, and despite being sure about my decision, I can't help but be worried about the implications. Going to Alaya is still my main goal in life, that part is clear. Do I really want to delay it? Well, after all that new information, it's not as if I have many options, except genocide of an alien race. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that the humankind is annihilating another race with my consent. Despite my goals in life, solving that has priority. Although just before I fall asleep, a string of questions pop in my mind. What if the Conclave finds out and they kick Mark and his whole team out of the project? What if the general public knows and the terraforming process is stopped for good? Even worse, what if I'm caught doing something illegal and I'm left out of going to Alaya? Oh no! I awake 100 times that night sweaty with my heart racing like crazy. I guess us talking to Mark prevented him from setting off the bomb. Terse, you didn't tell me you'd have lunch with us today. I decided at the last moment, seeing my friends will help me to calm down before going to the lab and facing Mark again. What now? I need an appointment to see my friends? Of course not. Ignore this idiot. Come and sit with us. Hey, you, mind your words. Stop bickering, you two, or people will think you're dating. What? Me with this dumbass? Never. You know he's not even straight, right? He just says that. Hey, that's my cue, not yours. Besides, I'm already going out with someone. Oh, that's new. Who's the poor thing? What do you mean, poor thing? The, let's say, lucky one is a guy we met at the Night Spy the other night. But don't worry about him. I give him a month at most. Hey! I chuckle amused, although a small part of me feels a tiny bit sad because I haven't even met my friend's new boyfriend. I'm missing a lot, it seems. And what about you? Any news? This should be a perfect moment to leave before this damn witch reads my mind again. No, nothing. Lessons are boring in the lab. Well, it's just hard, monotonous work. Is that so? Right, perfect moment. I stand up and start to gather my belongings. I should get going. I have a pile of work to do. Leave the tray. We'll clean it up with ours. What a short visit, Terse. Haha, sorry. I'll try to pop by more often. I promise. I leave hastily before they convince me to stay longer. Crap, I'm not used to keeping important news from my friends. This is going to be hard. I work for a couple hours with Quim, Zoe, and Ren. We're mostly quiet and fully focused, although having company while working is nice. I feel uneasy now every time I find a mistake knowing what they mean. Each time I find one, I can't help but glance at my lab mates. They really haven't noticed. I thought they were sharper, to be honest. I'm dying to ask them, but of course I can't do that. Terse. I jump in surprise. I was so concentrated on my screen that I haven't seen Mark appearing by my side. Can you come to my office for a minute? Yes, sure. What does he want? Are you in trouble? Yeah, he's asking you for you a lot lately. Is there suspicion in Ren's voice? No, it must be in my imagination. No, don't worry, it's nothing. We're checking some past calculations for the dome, that's all. And he's consulting with you? Wow, he must really trust you then. I chuckle and try to avoid the topic. There's an unknown man sitting in front of Mark's desk when I push the door open. What? Who the fuck? He gets to his feet, hearing the door, and openly studies me. Despite not having seen him before, I know what kind of man he is. A war veteran. He's in his late 40s and has a strong build, as tall as Mark and with a wider chest than him. And then there's his arm, of course. I know it's not polite to stare like this, but I can't help it. His biomechanical arm is impressive. Veterans usually wear their prosthetic limbs covered, ashamed of them, but this one shows his off proudly. And honestly, I think I'd do the same. His metallic arm is smooth and has an attractive design, but at the same time looks like advanced technology, complicated and dangerous. Okay guys, I think I'll end this episode here before we get introduced to this Roy person. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!